Hey everybody, this is Alien Spartan 117, and today I'm going to be talking about a little-known Halo character named Parisa. Now, she was introduced into the story through the book Halo Evolutions, the short story Palace Hotel. She is actually the only character that I am familiar with in the lore who knowed Master Chief before he was abducted. So, from the time they were born, the way it describes, all the way up until the age of 6, they were good friends, and they played together, just the things that children would normally do, until John died. And, of course, we know that the death was the clone, but she believed him to be dead along with their families and everything else. She would continue to grow up, and she would actually become a soldier in the UNSC, and she would work her way through the entire Covenant War and eventually become the rank of First Lieutenant. And she would actually be present in the Battle of Mombasa. There she would encounter a Spartan II that they called the Master Chief. And they would begin to plan how to take out a Scarab. You're all probably thinking, yeah, and yes, this is going hand in hand with the mission in Halo 2 where you have to take down the Scarab. Obviously, she is not present in the game, but this story is supposed to go parallel with that mission. Now, she actually has a small photo with her, which has 2 children, a boy and a girl, and a lake in the background. Master Chief looks at the photo, and he starts to address it and say contraband is not allowed. But when he notices that the small boy is actually him, he becomes flooded with memories which he had not thought of in decades, probably. And he's flooded. He remembers this girl. Her name is Parisa. He remembers being with her, and he's flooded with childhood memories long before his abduction, which had actually probably been drilled out of him in Reach. Now, then the girl begins to start talking. The first lieutenant begins addressing and saying that she basically says, I know this is not allowed, but she says, I keep it as a good luck charm. And she says that the young boy's name was John, and that he actually saved her from drowning in a place called Lake Gusev. And when he saved her, he told her, he says, I'm going to marry you and always keep you safe. Sound kind of familiar of something that we know has been told to a character named Cortana. Now, what happens is John is continued to be flooded with memories as she talks. And she jokes and says, even though he is dead, I intend to hold him to that promise. Now, John actually considers, for a short period of time, telling her, saying, I am John, I'm not dead, this is me. But then he decides that doing so would be a massive security breach for Oni. And yes, it would. Everything which he has been told since he was 6 years old is secretive, and doing so would be a massive breach to everything which he knows. So he goes on, and he continues to plan to take out the Scarab, and he basically says nothing about it. Now, the story is not clear if she dies or not, because it's very possible that she did. It leaves it on kind of an open end where it could really go either way. But if she did survive, it is very possible that we could see her in some sort of future Halo media. Now, I'm not sure if there's an age requirement or deadline for the Spartan 4 program, but I see it may be some sort of a possibility that she could become a Spartan 4 if she was interested. I don't know if she could be accepted into the program because of her age. She would be 41. And if she could make it into the program, I could see her being in a game. That would be an interesting dynamic. You're putting with her, obviously, as Master Chief. And you know who it is at this point. And you're flooded with memories. Now, we all know that the Declaimer saga is supposed to explore Master Chief's humanity. Now, with a character like Parisa, which knowed him before his abduction, that would be an excellent spot to explore humanity. Now, I am a big proponent. I would really like to see Spartan Blue Team in Halo 5, which is, of course, Fred, Linda, and Kelly. And what I would like to see happen, which would be interesting, would be if Parisa could somehow be in the game along with them. On one side, we would have Blue Team, which is everything John has ever known for most of his life. They're the people, they've all grown up together since the age of 6, and they've all been indoctrinated with the same thing. And over here is Parisa, which is symbolic of what he was before he became a Spartan. And in a way, she is kind of like his human side, because she represents a huge part of what he was before he became a Spartan. It would be interesting to see how this dynamic would play out. It would be interesting to see if he would actually tell her. Now, normally I would say, of course not. He would not tell her. What are you talking about? But after the events of Halo 4, in the end with Cortana's death, I'm not certain that the Chief is who we've always thought of him as before. He could be looking at himself as more of a man, and maybe do some things he didn't before. And even if she didn't become a Spartan 4, it would be interesting to see if she could be explored in another book, maybe in one of the games in the future, or even the TV show. It would be interesting to see how that could actually develop. Because I believe there's a good potential for a character here, assuming that she survived, to be developed into the future. I don't see why 343 would bring her in only to never do anything with her, so we'll have to see how that develops. And you gotta remember, when Master Chief makes a promise, he keeps it. Now, like I said, I don't believe they're going to get married or nothing, but he obviously cared for her as a child. If he would, I believe that he would, being a grown man. Obviously, he's been through a lot of trauma, and like I said, I believe he cared about her then, I believe he cared for her now, and when John makes a promise, he keeps it. But either way, she's an interesting character, and I would really like to see it developed, because I believe there's a great opportunity here to explore Master Chief's character. Now go ahead, leave in the comments below, leave a like and subscribe. I'd like for you to comment and leave your opinions on it. Now, like I said, this is the first time that I've ever used voice audio in a video, so I apologize if it was bad and stuff. I'll try to improve in the future, but thank you for watching, and please subscribe.